Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video, as you can see, we are inside by the fire and we just wanted to share a quick Christmas message. Usually around this time we post our Christmas special, but we haven't had the opportunity to do so unfortunately this year, but I still wanted to make a video saying Merry Christmas to everyone. But if you're new to my channel, usually our Christmas specials entail a bit of fun where we dress one of the garden tractors up as Rudolph, we've made a sleigh, and we get a guest visitor of Santa to help us for that video. And we usually drive around the garden creating kind of train tracks of mud in the grass because we don't usually get snow around this time of year in the east of England where we live. It's very rare to actually get snow at Christmas, which is unfortunate because we'd love to test out some of our snow equipment, and it's been a couple of years since we've been able to do so. Looking at the forecast for the Christmas period this year, it's going to be a lot of rain and wind, kind of overcast days. It's actually gotten a bit sunny today now, but the wind was howling earlier, kind of through the chimney. But when it comes to our snow equipment, we've only tried our replica Bolens HT snowplow once, I think, since we made it 4 years ago. And 2 years ago, I think it is now, we did a rebuild of our Bolens tube frame snowcaster, and that hasn't been used either. So it'll be good to get some snow at some point. It's most likely going to be in February with our kind of climate patterns, but we'll have to see, and hopefully we'll get to try those out. But currently, our snowplow's in storage, and that usually goes on the Bolens HT20, which has been used all year, so that's ready to go, just needs the blade pulled out of storage. Whereas the snowcaster is actually still on the Bolens 1253, and that's been in storage since we did that rebuild, I think, which was 2 years ago or somewhere around there. So that's going to need a service before we can get that going as well. This year's been quite a challenging year for us for making videos because I had my GCSE exams back in kind of May to July time this year. So that meant that we had to stop uploading for a little while, and I am now at sixth form, studying for my A-level exams. So I've chosen 4 A-levels, most people pick 3, and I chose maths, further maths, physics and chemistry, which are arguably 4 of the 5 hardest A-levels. So I have very little free time now. There's also the fact that I have a 50-minute commute to my college of choice, and I'm in year 12 now, which I believe translates to 11th grade in the US. I might have gotten that wrong. Please do correct me if I am wrong in the comments down below. But I really don't have much time during the week for video making now, and my schoolwork's kind of interrupted my weekends now as well. So school holidays are our main time for making videos. So some of our videos are kind of pre-recorded by a couple of weeks because that's the best way for us to keep kind of continuity with our videos every week. But now that the Christmas holidays are upon us, hopefully we can make some good progress with some of our projects. Now, speaking of projects, coincidentally we got a call this morning from our engine man giving us a bit of a progress update on the engine for our 1960 Bolens Ride-a-matic, and that is progressing well, and hopefully we'll get that back in the next few weeks. If you haven't been following that project, that went in for some reboring work and a bit of crankshaft machining as well. And I think we talked previously about our struggles with parts from America, but we got all of those. So he's kind of putting the finishing touches to that engine. Then hopefully we'll get that back soon. We can put that back on the chassis and hopefully get that project finished in the early stages of next year. And that will be ready for show season next year, hopefully. Something else that we've been looking at recently is the possibility of importing a machine from the US. Now, obviously, there's a lot of struggles involved with that, and we've only just started looking into it. But the main thing we were looking at possibly doing was getting an early Bolens Ride-a-matic, because they only started importing those tractors into the UK from 1959 onwards, and we only know of, I think, one Ride-a-matic from before that date, and that was imported to this country as well, so it'd be nice to have another one. But who knows, obviously it's quite difficult from this side of the pond to make sure that the tractor gets strapped to a pallet or a crate in the US, then gets delivered to the port and everything like that. There's obviously a lot of challenges, and we haven't gotten too far into it yet, but if we progress with that, then we'll be sure to document that process and reveal what we get if we do manage to get something from the US. Something else exciting in the next couple of weeks is we should have 5 parts deliveries from the US. We effectively had a long Bolens Ride-a-matic parts list that we'd compiled for all of our Rideamatic projects that we've got coming up, and gave that to someone in America, Barry, that we've gotten quite a few parts from, and effectively said, how much of this do you have? And we got everything on that list that we could. There's still a few parts that we'll need to make, and we'll make videos fabricating those parts. But it's good to have a lot more parts ready for those projects, which we may start in 2025. Now, I can't thank people enough for following along with my channel over the last year, watching along, giving us a like, subscribing, and especially commenting. It's always great to have some kind of interaction with people watching my videos, feedback, tips, everything that we get from the comment section. It's also good to know that there's someone behind the camera other than the cameraman kind of watching these videos. And speaking of, we'll give the cameraman his yearly scheduled appearance now. So if he'd like to come and join me on this side of the camera for once. So from us, we'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.